Sup boys, Dog here with another Russian Fishing 4 video. And in this one we're gonna do a little something different, right? Like this one, it's not about the fish, it's not about where we caught it, it's not about a certain fish. This is a bigger catch, I'll say, okay? This was about something that happened a couple of days ago, and it felt like a little bit of injustice, and it kind of feels right for me to come ahead and just say what exactly happened. And it's bad, okay? Like it's actually kind of unacceptable. I'll go ahead and say this. So let's just get into the story, and like let's just say this. So a couple of days ago, everybody in my household is fishing, right? This means me, my brother, and a friend of mine that comes over from time to time to like play Russian fishing for. So my brother's been playing for 2 years, more than 2 years, I'd say, something like that. And his name has been Trump. Alaskan Trump. So this account was made more than 2 years ago. So it's been quite some time, right? And this is how it went, right? So we were just chilling, it was a night, everybody's just fishing, nobody's got any problems, because let's just go ahead and say this, the community of the game is the best community in terms of like how good the people are, how friendly they are, how helpful, and everybody's chill. Nobody's got a problem. The community is spectacular. But let's just say that we run into a couple of situations that we're not really bound to the community. We're bound to something a little bit more, concerning if I were to be a Russian fishing 4 player. So, we're fishing, and then there's a certain bug that happens from time to time that has not been fixed, and not even now. Okay, so this bug is basically you're casting, right, and then it says that you caught a fish, and then somehow you can't get the fish out of the water, and it keeps going. So what's it gonna do? It's gonna do a lot of damage to your reel. It's not a huge fish, okay? It's not a huge fish, because it happened to me on winding when I was level 4. Okay, it wasn't a huge fish. Literally, it's a bug where the fish will, maybe a fish actually bites, I don't know exactly, but a fish actually bites, and it gets the hell out of it gets off the map. So retrieving it, you can't basically get it back. What it's going to do, it's going to do a lot of damage to your reel. Now, if you're low level, the reel getting damaged is kind of whatever. But if you're higher level and you paid a lot of money and you spend a lot of time, and I mean, not real money, but like silver, but like you spend a lot of time on these reels, you kind of care about them because it costs a lot of money to repair one. So what happened that night, my brother's reel got not destroyed, but it was a lot of damage was done to it, and you would expect a lot of silver to go away on the repairs because of a bug, right? So he goes on the forums and creates a complaint about the bug and how it's not being fixed, and how they're not really doing what they're supposed to be doing, and how the bug has been there. And he's not the only one. There's been other people complaining about the bug. I don't complain on like forums because I complain on stream, so for me it's pretty easy. So let's just see what happened after that, right? After posting on the forums, not only that they deleted his initial post, but they gave him a warning, right? That he should calm down, right? Calm down, sir. Well, he made another post, right? Made another post, and this one I'm gonna be posting it. This one, the rest of them, I have them here. I have emails and I have posts from the forum and stuff like that. So let's just go through them and understand a little bit more better what exactly we're dealing here with. And I'm talking about admins in Russian Fishing 4. So let's see how it goes. Let's see, first one. So this happened after he was given a warning. So let's see how it goes. Like Fish Cat Bong, right? Like this is the name. I've commented on a bug report about a bug that still has not been fixed. Nothing offensive, but the tone was firm, and it was well deserved since I get to pay for bugs that were not, fixed for no reason whatsoever. I received a warning for that in which I was told to be less aggressive, and then my comments have been erased. It's funny you guys can take €3 for 3-day premium, 4 on standalone, this is just whatever. But you can take criticism, even worse bug reports, which again, like, I don't know if anybody, like, I'm pretty sure people play other games as well, but in a different like type of setup, companies and like game companies and stuff like that will have people come into their beta games to test bugs out so they can get that criticism, because that's not criticism, it's a bug report. Like, please fix it, especially if you've known about it like for so long. I won't ever report any bugs anymore because obviously you'll get banned, and I'll most surely present this situation to all my friends that got to this game through me. Maybe it's time to support games where the developing team can do more than a bossy attitude on a forum while doing poorly in game. Which, okay, it's a fair like statement. Come on, take it with a grain of salt. Your income is through paying players. Keep it going like this, and you'll be the owners of the potentially greatest, game with 0 players. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. So I've been enjoying myself like Russian Fishing 4. I think this game has a massive potential for being like the greatest game in terms of like chill and stuff like that. Like, we're not talking about like, this is literally a chill simulator, and it's amazing. That's what I love about it. The community is great and everything is going good until I run into this, of course. Now, this is what the post was on the forum after he got the warning. Now, what comes after that thing? Well, a ban was issued, and not just any type of ban. It was a 7-day block, and it was a 7-day block on the IP, because it wasn't only him that got banned. It was him, it was me, which I actually didn't do anything. Like, I literally wrote nothing. I barely write in game, and my friend that comes over. So what happened? That's how we figured out it was an IP ban, because my friend doesn't necessarily always play from here, but when he comes over to play, he connects to the internet, to our internet, and then the moment he connected to it, he got instantly banned. So it was an IP ban, obviously. So obviously the most obvious thing for us to do was to message, the admins and something like that, right? To tell them what happened and tell them that me and my friend were innocent, right? Which we did. And then he came with a question asking who is Fishcat Bong, asking us who it was, right? Like, so he thought that all these 3 accounts belonged to my brother. He could have easily checked the information. He could have easily checked, like, because my friend like also buys premium from a different, credit card. So you can easily just check that, and you can see that it's not the same person. So the IP ban came in instantly, and it was kind of ridiculous. But he asked us about this. We told him that it was my brother. We told him that, like, we didn't do anything and we would love to play the game right now. But what happens next is that many hours later, our accounts get, unblocked. And in the meantime, my brother decides to send him a message as well. So this is the message right here. I'm going to be posting it. Let's see. So, hello, admin. This is Fishcat Bong, Alaskan Trump in-game. So that's my brother's account, right? My brother's name in-game. Fishcat Bong is for forum. I think you can tell that just by checking the email used, but I feel it's too much of an effort for you. A simple IP ban without putting some thinking into it was easier. As of today, Russian Fishing 4 is dead for me, and you can ban, delete, or do whatever you want to do with the Alaskan Trump account. I'm writing this because you've asked my brother and my friend who Fishcat Bong is. My brother lives with me, so we have the same IP. My friend comes over once in a while. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. It's your problem if you keep a ban on them, although they have done nothing wrong. Please do not reply to this email. I want to have nothing to do with your team ever again. Thanks. So this was a mail sent by my brother to the the admin address, where you're supposed to message them to get an answer about something. So now what comes next is this. So initially we thought that he got the IP, we got blocked because of his post on the forums, right? Because it was the most sensible thing. No one knew, like, why would they ban him all of a sudden? It had to be the post on the forums, right? Well, this is the mail from the admin, right? Like, hello, right? This is what it says. This is right here. Your name violates our policies, so if you do decide to come back to the game, please email at that to request a name change. As far as your friends and brother go, they can contact us at the address again, and we will unblock. Finally, IP bans are handled by the system. I do not issue them, and did not issue an IP ban in this case. I issued specific account blocks. So as you can see, he's explaining to us right now that he did not do the bans, right? He issued specific account blocks, which means, did he issue specific account blocks on mine or his, or like my brothers or my friends? Because I don't understand. Like, obviously, I don't know if this. I think I don't know what to say about this one. But he said that the IP bans are handled by the system, so whatever. But as you can clearly see, this is completely changed here. Because initially, that's what we thought it was going on, right? It was the posts. It had to be the posts, though. It had to be the posts because that's what he was talking about. Like, just give it a second. So he's talking about Alaska and Trump violating their policies, which. Really? So you're gonna tell me that somebody that has had this name for 2 years, in game, 2 years time, is suddenly something that is against your terms? So why was he allowed to play the game in the first place for 2 years with this name? But I'm not gonna get into that, right? Because, hey, what the hell do I know? So we're gonna get a new response next. This one comes in. This is a message, a mail sent from my brother to the the admin doing this. All I can understand from your message is that you deliberately banned the 2 players. Good thing you lifted the ban. They had nothing to do with. Okay, so he at this point he lifted the ban on us, on our accounts. Since you said you banned specific accounts. As for the name, I wonder if either Alaskan or Trump is against your rules, but that is just a simple curiosity. I will not be returning to the game. Have a good evening. Thanks. Okay, so this is the message that was sent by my brother to the admin. And then he obviously comes with a response. Hello, Trump is the violation. We try to keep political figures out of names. You telling me that if my name is Trump, right? If my birth name is Trump, because that's what my parents gave me as a name, I'm not allowed to use my name? What kind of shit is this? That's bullshit. What? It's stupendous. It's wow. And obviously, it wasn't this problem wasn't really talked about before, like 2 years ago when he made the account, when he chose the name, right? It doesn't make any sense, especially with him getting banned and blocked. I mean, us getting blocked after a post on the forum where he doesn't even use the name Alaskan Trump. It makes no sense. I feel like the whole situation was handled by a couple of like incompetent people. They're like running this clown show, right? Let's just go with the next one. So like this is what he said, right? Like he told us that Trump is obviously the bad word, right? I appreciate the honesty. This is the answer from my brother. The honest answer. So if I were to change my in-game name to Alaskan Roman, would that be alright with the rules and policies? So he asked this in email, like he asked this question, right? Now what this question is basically, it's mostly like, you can't possibly know every single politician from every single country, because you can't possibly know, but you do know Trump. But what if in Romania, where we're from, like Roman is, it was a politician and it was one of the greatest human being. How do you figure out if that's okay or not, right? His name wasn't Alaskan Roman, but whatever. Like it's whatever. We're at this point, we're trying to figure out what exactly he's thinking and what exactly wants from us, and what we're supposed to do to, like, let them have them accept us into this game. But whatever, this is what happened. So after all of this clown show, my brother decided to, because obviously he was pissed, right? Because it felt like the admin was playing us on his fingers, like saying that you got banned because of your name, but in the meantime your post on the forum, the ban happened after the post, and no ban was issued before. It makes no sense, okay, brother? Like, it just makes no sense whatsoever what you're talking about there. But whatever, man, we move on. My brother made a post on Steam. This was on Steam, right? Like, And this is what the post is about. So it's called Russian Fishing 4 staff members are abusing their power and it is a detriment of players. Yesterday, I reported a bug that remained unfixed, although they were told about it before Christmas event patch, Christmas events patch. The bug led to my reel being heavily damaged, thus leading further to a loss of silver due to a lack of interest in fixing the bug. Yeah, like you can argue that that is actually true. Who the hell doesn't allow people to complain about something that is causing negativity in their experience, in their game? Like, what the hell, man? It's you put so much time into the game. You put all this time so that somebody can just, take it away like that. But whatever. I reported it. The tone was firm. No offensive language has been used, as you can clearly see. I can prove it with screenshots. They deleted my report that gave me a warning for aggressive behavior. They did not address the bug. They ignored it. I am a paying player. I invested in this game. I support their attitude, so I won't take kindly to aggressive warnings that lack substance. I wrote again in the criticism section. Funny they have one. They are unable to take any kind of criticism, as you can clearly see. No offensive language. Same firm tone. Next thing, they issue an IP ban for my account, for my game account. Not for the forum account. Again, these are two different things, right? Two different things. Remember this, they're two different names because they're two different things. However, I'm not the only Russian Fishing 4 player in my house, so two other players found themselves banned without doing anything. Both players supported the game. One of them is a streamer, that's me. Game ban for forum criticism? Abusive. That is exactly what lazy game devs do. Are they lazy? Yes. And can we actually argue with them being lazy? Yeah, we can't really argue about that one. They are lazy because they could have fixed it. Come on, it's a bug. It's one bug. You don't have a million bugs. You have a couple of bugs. They could easily find out that the two other players had other connections in the past with different IPs, and I was the one to write and play from the same IP constantly. Exactly. So again, you have information about the credit cards and stuff like that, which you can easily tell that it's two different people, and then you have three different people. But whatever. Yeah, they were too lazy to research that, resulting in a banning of innocent players. All automated, zero efforts. What the hell? Of course, this topic would disappear as well because they can't take it. This is the end of Russian Fishing 4 for me. I will not support childish developers who had some Unity tutorials on YouTube and believing they now own their game. They don't. Paying players do, which at the same time you can't really argue with the idea that a game will become popular without a community. And as much as like, this isn't asking for like, hey, can you give us more money, man? Can you, like, we're not really asking, can you give us more silver? No, we're asking to fix a bug, man. We're asking like a bug that affects other players as well. Players are probably scared to post on the forums due to like some questionable, people, as you can clearly see. Okay, let's go back into it. So, support childish developers who had some Unity tutorials on YouTube and believe now they own their game. They don't. Paying players do. I'm not saying you should stop playing Russian Fishing 4. That is your choice, obviously. But I wouldn't be really careful. But I would be really careful where I invest my money, since Russian Fishing 4 has delivered nothing but bugs and aggressive attitude in the past 2 years, right? Like, this was the post that led to the next thing that happened, right? Like, this was the post on Steam, where they don't really have a lot of power because it's Steam, right? Like, it's a platform, huge platform, where people should be allowed to express their feelings or like concerns about a certain situation that was obviously handled very poorly. So what happens next? An admin, messages my brother, obviously, after he read what was, written on Steam. Apparently, they don't want you to talk about it, right? They don't want you to talk about their failures because that would make them look bad and that would make them feel bad. And welcome to the real world. We don't just, put problems and we hide them in the corner. We talk about problems. So, for continuing the issue publicly on Steam, we are going to make this block permanent. So this is what my brother received, right? Because he continued the discussion, the discussion on Steam, which was obviously basically injustice done towards us and him, but mostly us because obviously we were banned when we didn't do anything. So this is what comes from the next, from this admin. And then my brother responds to him, because obviously you got to respond. You can't just sit there and take it. You can't, like, come on, guys. As I mentioned before, you may do whatever you want with that account, right? I would be pleased to have an answer to my previous questions to see if the argument about the name policy violation is biased or not. Also, according to international laws, we are not under any kind of contract. Thus, the notice in the previous message is nullified by the law. It is not confidential nor affected by any existing law. So what the message is talking about is basically this one. So it says right here, this message and any attachments contain information that may be confidential or protected by privilege from disclosure, and it is intended only for the individual or entity named above, right? No one else is supposed to see this. No one. No one else may disclose, copy, distribute, or use the content of this message for any purpose. Hello, that's me. It's unauthorized use, dissemination, or duplication in strictly prohibited and may be unlawful. Oh really? Oh really? To what laws? Excuse me, show me the laws. Huh? Who do you as Russian fishing make the laws of this world? Because I don't think you do. So let's get back into it. If you receive this message in error or you otherwise we are not on an authorized recipient, please immediately delete the message and any attachment and notify the sender. Blah 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 blah. It's whatever. You don't make the rules, brother. Okay, you don't make the rules. You didn't make the world. You're just a fishing game. Okay, you're just a fishing game, and without your community, you would be nothing. Without the players that play your game, you would be nothing. Nothing. Okay, let's just get back into it. So this is the message that I was missing. Like I skipped over a little bit because you know I'm kind of stupid, but let's just move on. So he sent that message. What does he receive next? This one. Please, so from admin, please discontinue this conversation or the block of all the accounts using the same IP will be reblocked, as we cannot guarantee you are not using them. So basically what this a-hole is doing right here is threatening a player. He is threatening a player as an admin. Is this like are they 12-year-old or something, like 15 years old? How could you threaten somebody? First things first, you unblock the accounts knowing, because you wouldn't have unblocked them if you didn't know that these accounts did not belong to one person. You wouldn't have. You would have kept them blocked, right? Why did you unblock them? Why did you unblock them? And then all of a sudden you come back with, like, if you continue talking about this, basically, if you don't shut up about this thing that we fucked up, we're gonna ban the rest of the accounts because we don't know if it's somebody else playing from them. Really? 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 Come on, dude. Get a life. What the hell's wrong with these people? So we're gonna go to the next one. This is the last answer, I think, from my brother. Yes, you can, because of the paying info that you detain. Stop threatening players that have nothing to do with this. This discussion will end here. The screenshots will, however, go directly to Steam officials, which, yeah, they went. Your aggression, censorship, violation of free speech, the Trump word ban, lack of customer service, and threats will have to become well known to Steam because you have crossed the line. Goodbye and good riddance. Okay, so the whole situation is really fucked up, and I really hope that this, I mean, okay, I'm gonna just say this: by the time I post this video, I will be banned 100% from Russian Fishing 4. Now I really want to see if they want to take any sort of action towards me for calling out on their bullshit and like making rules that are like against, you know, the free speech. Like, you talk about this whole situation as if you're like some sort of a god, or some sort of a country of your own. You're not a country of your own. You're just a unity. You just made a unity game, and you think you can shit on people like that? We're the players. Without us, you're nothing. You're earning nothing. Now, I'm not saying that just because of me. Like, no, I'm talking about everybody in general. So you keep shitting on people like that. This is far from poorly handled, right? Like, this was a joke, because it's this contrast between, like, we banned you because of the post on the forum, But now really no, we banned you because of the name that you've been using for 2 years, and we never really checked. Only now we realize that we're actually not okay with that all of a sudden, especially with all the things happening on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. When did we start banning words like names? Okay, okay. We could say that words are some words are worth banning, but like names, really? We're gonna ban a name? What if some kid is like 12-year-old and like his name is Trump and he just wants to play your game? You're gonna tell him that he can't because of his name? What the hell's wrong with you, Russian fishing for? Like, I'm not talking, maybe not all of them are the same, but whoever dealt with this situation, I mean, I don't know what they got to do with them, but they got to do something real quick, because this is not how you handle a situation. For as many players as this game has, this is very concerning. If this is one of the people that is supposed to be handling situations like this, like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get banned, right? Like, we're probably gonna get banned and it's gonna be shit and whatever. I'm not gonna disclose obviously any information of the accounts used, like the emails used or like something like that, like names or anything like that, because that's not my business. I'm just here to show you how a situation was handled by the staff of Russian Fishing 4, which again is an amazing game with an amazing community. Well, some has some bugs from time to time that could be solved, which would make the game even more better for everybody. Everybody would rejoice if they just did their job. But yeah, I think that the problem in general, in terms of like, okay, this is my take on it. In terms of games, in terms of a lot of things, a lot of the problems that come into the games, you would say that, let's say, take League of Legends, you'd say that a lot of the problems come from the toxicity of the community, and the community got that toxic because the wishes, and not really the wishes, but like the requests and the what the complaints were not really listened to, right? They were not listened to by the devs. They were not listened to by anyone in the company, because frankly they just didn't give a shit, right? But a very good example of this is looking at World of Warcraft Shadowlands, right? The one that just came out. When Blizzard started listening to their community, when they started understanding that people wanted more of this and more of that, and they didn't want to be controlled by Blizzard and telling them everything that they need to do. They took the advice of many, obviously a collective group of people, like a lot of, thousands and thousands of players, to make the game better. And guess what? They made the game better. They didn't treat someone with this disrespect and lying to their face that they banned them for a reason while they banned them for another reason, and then confusion all over the place. It really, really matters that these companies get themselves together and like they stop bullshitting around. And okay, like, we're gonna get banned, and now I'm thinking about like what's gonna happen when this guy gets so much power. Like, this guy has a lot of power in over so many players. Like, how is this even like remotely safe? It's not really safe in any shape or form. But yeah, this is probably the last Russian Fishing 4 video that I'll be doing, because I'm expecting a ban. Hopefully he will not try to go to war with me in terms of like other things, like legally speaking, because I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't have anything on me, because you don't make the rules. No, neither do I. I don't make the rules. The rules are there to be followed, and we all gotta follow them, especially yourself. So yeah, this is gonna be all for now. We'll see. Maybe we'll play more Russian Fishing 4 when the game gets, a different type of people that are a little bit more, that follow principles that are like important in the world. Till then, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'll probably receive messages as well. But if you enjoyed the video, or if you think about anything that I did wrong in the video, if you think that whatever I did was wrong, exposing what was done here, please write in the comments. Like, I really want to know if I did something wrong, and I want to know if anybody thinks that if anybody had like certain like a certain like a situation like this one in the past with an admin from a game like this, or maybe from another game, but like we're mostly just focusing on Russian Fishing 4. So if this happened to you, do leave a comment and tell me exactly what happened, because it's really important that other people know, because why should we be scared of small men with like a certain position? They're still small men. We're more. So have a good one and take care.